This is a tale of two women, very different yet inexplicably drawn to each other. Lila, our fiery chef with a kitchen as her kingdom, and Emilia, a blogger who stumbles into Lila's domain seeking more than just a good meal. In the heart of a bustling city, nestled between a cozy book cafe and a boutique flower shop, stood a little restaurant called Saffron and Sage. Its windows were always fogged up, giving passers-by only tantalizing glimpses of the culinary magic happening within, magic largely orchestrated by its owner and head chef, Lila. With fiery red hair that mirrored her passionate spirit and emerald green eyes that sparkled with mischief and creativity, Lila wasn't just a chef. She was an artist of taste, a weaver of aromas, a magician who pulled culinary wonders from her toe. Her menu was a love letter to global cuisine, a fusion of flavors that danced on the tongue, leaving customers spellbound. Across the street, tucked away in a corner apartment above the bustling vintage record store, lived Emilia, an up-and-coming food blogger with a growing online presence and a loyal following eagerly awaiting her next review. But it was her offline life that felt curiously empty. Everything changed when Emilia's friend, Noah, suggested she check out Saffron and Sage. It's off the beaten path, tucked away from all the fancy bistros and trendy eateries, the places we normally go. He'd said, but trust me, the food, the ambience, it's unlike anywhere else. Intrigued, Emilia made a mental note, promising to visit. 4 weeks, she would see Lila through the window, this enigmatic woman commanding the kitchen with a grace that was both captivating and admirable. Curiosity turned into intrigue, which blossomed into a desire to meet the woman behind the culinary creations that had become the talk of the town. One particularly dreary afternoon, rain lashing against the window panes, Emilia found herself standing in front of Saffron and Sage. Taking a deep breath, she pushed open the door, letting out a shiver as she stepped inside. Raindrops cascaded down the window, blurring the lights of the city outside, much like how the aroma of frying garlic and herbs blurred everything else from Emilia's focus. She spotted Lila amidst the culinary chaos, her fiery hair pulled back, revealing the elegant curve of her neck and the delicate silver chain holding back her apron. As their eyes met, Emilia felt a jolt, a recognition of sorts, as if Lila had been expecting her all along. "Table for one?" Lila asked, her voice rich and warm, echoing the spices she must have been using in her cooking. Emerging from behind the counter, a towel slung over her shoulder. She was a vision in her pristine white chef's coat, her face still bearing traces of flour and a smudge of what Emilia hoped was tomato on her cheek. "No," Emilia replied with a soft grin. "A seat at your kitchen counter. If that's allowed, I like to watch the magic happen." Lila smirked, intrigued. "Then you better be ready for some heat." Wiping her hands on the towel, she gestured to the lone stool at the counter, the one seat closest to the action. As the evening progressed and the rain showed no signs of stopping, Emilia found herself captivated not just by the symphony of flavors composing on her plate, but by the woman who had created them. Lila moved with a confidence born from years of experience, her movements economical and precise. Her hands, calloused yet graceful, danced across the countertop, tossing ingredients, kneading dough and plating dishes with an artist's touch. Hours flew by in a flurry of culinary delights and easy banter. Lila was animated when talking about her food, her passion evident in the way her eyes lit up and her hands gestured wildly. Emilia listened, enthralled, occasionally interjecting with a question or a comment of her own. They talked about everything and nothing, their laughter mingling with the sizzle of pans and the hum of the extractor fan as the restaurant emptied and the city outside grew quiet. Emilia realized that the connection she felt with Lila went beyond a shared love for food. There was a magnetic pull between them, an undeniable chemistry that crackled in the air around them. It was in these quiet moments, as the kitchen emptied and the rhythmic clatter of dinner service faded into memory, that their true stories began to unfold. The rain outside had stopped, replaced by the soft glow of the streetlights filtering through the window. The silence between them wasn't awkward, but comfortable, filled with a quiet understanding that neither knew how to name yet. Finally, Emilia broke the silence. "Why do you do what you do?" she asked, her voice soft, but her gaze unwavering. Lila tilted her head, considering the question before a slow smile spread across her face. "Because creating is the only thing I know how to do. Cooking is more than a job for me. It's my form of self-expression, my art." She paused, her eyes distant as if reliving old memories. "And maybe, just maybe, it is a way for me to share a bit of myself with everyone who walks through this door." Emilia nodded, understanding dawning on her face. "I think I get it. I mean, my blog, it's sort of the same thing for me. It's not just a hobby, it's a part of who I am, how I connect with the world." Lila chuckled, a deep throaty sound that sent shivers down Emilia's spine. "So what brings you to this hole in the wall, Miss Blogger?" "Research," Emilia replied with a wink. "I'm working on a piece about hidden culinary gems in the city, and you, my dear chef, are most definitely a gem." Lila arched an eyebrow, amusement dancing in her eyes. "Flattery will get you everywhere, Miss Blogger, but don't think it'll get you an early review or a free meal." Hey, no funny games," Emilia protested playfully. "I'm here because I love your food and I want to learn from the best." Their banter continued late into the night, punctuated by the clink of glasses and the comforting murmur of conversation. By the time the restaurant closed and the last of the dinner crowd had departed, Emilia realized she had fallen under the spell of not just saffron and sage, but its enigmatic chef as well. As the days turned into weeks, Emilia found herself drawn to saffron and sage more often than she cared to admit. She'd sit at the counter watching Lila work, mesmerized by her every move. The way she tossed a salad, the focused furrow of her brow as she chopped vegetables, the delicate touch with which she plated desserts. It was during one such visit that Lila caught Emilia staring at her, a playful smirk curving her lips. "What?" she asked, her voice laced with amusement. "Nothing," Emilia replied quickly, averting her gaze. "I was just admiring the view." Lila laughed, a rich, full sound that echoed through the near-empty restaurant. "The view, huh? I thought my cooking was supposed to be the attraction." "Well," Emilia countered with a grin, "the view isn't bad either." Their eyes locked for a moment, the air between them thickening with unspoken possibilities. And just like that, a new chapter began. Every day, Emilia would come to Saffron and Spice, ostensibly to sample Lila's exquisite food. But there was a depth to their meetings, a current of connection that flowed between them whenever they were together. While their conversations started and ended with pleasantries about the weather or the latest news, there was always an undercurrent of something deeper, something neither seemed willing to explore. Emilia would sneak behind the counter, offering to help chop or stir, only to accidentally brush her hand against Lila. Their eyes would meet, a silent acknowledgement of the electricity that sparked between them. They danced around each other, their steps hesitant yet eager, unsure of what to do next, but both wanting to take that leap. Then one night, as the last customers left and the staff clocked out, Emilia remained perched atop the prep counter, swinging her legs gently. The restaurant, usually buzzing with energy, was now plunged into darkness, the only light filtering in from the street lamps outside. "I have a confession," she said, her voice soft and vulnerable. Lila raised an eyebrow while drying her hands. "Oh, I'm listening. I've reviewed 100 restaurants, tasted every dish imaginable, but nothing compares to the way you make me feel." Lila took a step closer, her eyes boring into Emilia's, the playful smirk replaced by something more serious. "So what's the review for that?" Emilia grinned, her eyes gleaming with mirth. 5 stars. Worth coming back for. Every night. From then on, Saffron and Sage became more than just a restaurant. It was the place where love was baked into every bite. And 2 hearts, once strangers, found a recipe all their own, bold, beautiful, and deeply satisfying.